So today's session is on submissions. We're going to go over the submissions, talk a little bit about BlueBeam, and then go into the reporting module. So by the end of the session, you'll have a better understanding of how to create and manage the submittal process through Gate 3. Submissions. The submittal review process provides important checks and balances during the construction phase of a project. The purpose is to ensure that at the end result conforms to the design intent depicted in the construction documents and meets the client's or owner's expectations. So we're going to look at some of the settings, the configuration settings. So let me go in there. So I'm going to log in as a PM in my training environment.
So out of curiosity, these settings
is usually at the start of a project, our consultants on our team will sit down with the project team or the project manager and configure those settings.
Okay.
So that should be done already. But I want to go in there just to show you. I just want to look at some of the settings. So I'm going to go into the submissions module from here. I'm in my training environment. So to look at the settings, once I go into the submissions module, I'm going to click Start, Administration, Settings. Okay, so I'm in the settings. I'm just going to open that up. Submission types. I'm just going to click Edit. Submission types are typically pulled in at the overall level. They're automatically pulled in at the overall level. If you require an additional one that's specific to the project, you can click on Edit and then Add Submission Type. And you can add another submission type if you want. And then you see that this was created at the project level, and then you would click Apply to apply that. Okay, so I'll just put, I don't know, I have one in here already, and then Apply. And then you would also have to click Save for that to take effect. Okay, so you can see it's there. And I've added that one at the project level. I'm going to click Edit again. And then here you have workflow category. So this is what's linked to an actual workflow. So I'm going to go into one. So these are the different workflow types that we have. So submissions for serial stage, synonymous with a planned submission, is the default on all Ellis-John projects. So depending on your project needs, you could use a 1-stage, a 2-stage, or a 3-stage. But using the 4-stage workflow helps you to get the most accurate information on the submissions log. So let me just come back here so I could show you. So this is our default, a 4-stage serial stage workflow here at Ellis-John. That is our default. And then, as I mentioned, if needed, depending on your project, you could use a 2-stage, a 1-stage, or a 3-stage. So if I go back to the 4-stage, you can see it's all broken up: submitter, internal review, PC reviewer, distribution reviewer. So as an example, these two here in a 3-stage are combined together. So if you go into our reporting module and you want to look at the submissions log, it's not as detailed, right? Because you can see that it's been combined. However, you can use these different stages, but set up on your project by default is always the 4-stage, this one here. So I'm going to go back into the settings, and we're going to look at this one. This is a 4-stage, but we've called it Submit for Regulatory Purpose. I'm just going to click on Show Details. Okay, so you can see this is Stage 1, Stage 2, 3, Consultant Review, Stage 4, Ellis-John Final Review. So what I want to point out here is you can see reviewers. So this is Ellis-John entering submission on behalf of the subcontractor. You have the reviewers' names. So you have roles here, and you have contacts here. Now, a project role is preferred over a project contact because people move from project to project. Okay, so if a contact goes to another project, you know, you won't have access to review it. So it's always important to, in addition to contacts, to really add project roles in here. This should already have been done at the startup of your project. Okay, so here you can see these are the approvers for stage 1. Okay, and then you know, Elliston internal review stage 2. These are the reviewers. So if you want to come in here and take a look, you can definitely do that. If I wanted to override or add reviewers, I would just click here and then come in here and check who's a reviewer, who isn't. Let me just cancel that. Let's see, override. Okay, so if I click override, I can change the title. I can select a different stage. Here I have exclude and selected roles. So I wanted to exclude the CFO. So here's the first stage. So again, I can change this name for the first stage, the stage name. And then here I can remove a reviewer. I can select by clicking here. I can select a reviewing group. Okay, so here I can select by contact, or I can select by project role. And then you also want to leave notification set to off. So let me just cancel this and show details. So notice, so because really it's Elliston or the PM or whoever is going to be creating or entering submissions, you don't need to be notified because it's really you, even though you're doing steps and maybe doing it on behalf of the subcontractor, you don't need to be notified because it's actually you doing all of it. Okay, so that is the settings. So the workflow, kind of give you an idea of how that works, and then the submission types and workflow category. So I'm going to toggle back to the submissions module. So when you go into submissions, this is your default view. So here you have a submission number, submission title, the type, document number, reference number, item description, the workflow category. So what stage is it at? What's the status of that stage? So the workflow category, status, and the workflow stage. Okay, number of documents in the item, planned due date, current due date, final due date. If you want to open up a submission in this view, you can either come here under the actions column, click open, or to the far left, just click on the submission title and that will open up the submission. Or if you're searching for one, you can use the filter text boxes. There are also different views. So you can view all submissions, maybe lead submissions, draft submissions, submissions by submission type, if you want to look for ones by type, or by workflow, by stage. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a new submission. I'm just going to come back here. So right here, this is where we are creating, requesting, it's a planned submission, right? So creating who we are requesting it from. So that's what we're doing here. Then here, we're submitting the request to the sub, who is called the submitter. And then right here, someone goes in to Gate 3 on the submitter's behalf and uploads what the sub has submitted. Could be as-built, a shop drawing, and then you push it to an Elliston internal review, and you can reject or approve. The Elliston stamp gets uploaded at this stage, and then it gets pushed out with the transmittal to the primary reviewer, the primary consultant. Okay? So once it gets pushed out, if the primary consultant is using Gate 3, they can go in and upload their stamp. Most of the time, someone at Elliston is doing it on behalf of the primary consultant. So your team has to upload their stamped PDF into the system and log whether they approved or rejected it. Okay? And once that part's been done, you've entered the information on behalf of the primary consultant. It comes over to this final stage, the distribution reviewer. That is the internal Elliston reviewer. Elliston massages what it wants to send to the sub and then issues that final distribution. All right, so we are creating a new submission. So you can add spec codes if they've been uploaded to your project. So you could click here, if they've been uploaded to your project, select a spec code, and it will pull in the submission title and the submission number. Alternatively, you can select details from CSI codes. Okay, so you just expand the tree. Let's do, select this as an example. And again, it will pull in the submission title, submission number. Here you can see that this is required because it's denoted with an asterisk. So you'd come here, click on the drop down, and we'll just select one. So if I selected this one, this typically gets locked down. So let me just select a different one. Okay, see how this got locked down? So if it happens where you've selected the wrong one, there is a way to remove this. What you have to do is come over to the left-hand side of the screen where it says Workflow. Click on Workflow. And then right here, click Delete. Once you do that, you can go back to the main submission, the details section, and you can see it now allows you to select a different one. Okay. So this is a 4-stage. I just have it called Submit for Regulatory Purpose. And then here, submission type. I just put done. Document number, if there is one. You can add it here. Number of documents in the item. You can see these are optional. If this is a lead submission, you can check this here. And there is a view after if you want to look at just lead submissions. So you can check that off. And then you would add your item description here. So the stage you would add whatever it is that you need to add here. So this is the, at this part, we're at the creation of submission. This is just for demonstration purposes. And then here, at this point, you want to attach any files at this point. Okay, because we're just creating who we're requesting the submission from. So there's no attachment at this stage required or needed. Here at the bottom, you have to select the submitter. Okay, so who is the submitter? So let's look for, just looking for his company. Okay, I'll just select Doug Electrical. Okay, and you can see it pulls in Doug Electrical, Electric Canada, and their address information. Okay, so at this point, we can go ahead and click Submit. And once this is complete, an email will be sent to the submitter. So I'm going to go ahead and click Submit. Okay, so let me come back here to the workflow. So this is what we've done. So now we're at this stage, stage 1. We've just created. Now we're going to be entering the submission on behalf of the sub. So we created a submission, who we are requesting the submission from. And now we're going to be entering that submission on behalf of the sub. So I'm going to come back here. As you can see, under review, Elliston entering submission on behalf of the subcontractor. But before we do that, I just want to go to our project inbox because I want to show you something. So from the start menu, communications. and I'm going to click on View Message Archive. So anything that's been sent out of Gate 3 will reside in your message archive. Might take a little long just because everything is recorded there. Okay, so it's not there. Just want to show you that an email does get sent out. Once complete, an email will be sent to the submitter. Okay, so I'm going to toggle back to submissions because we're in there already. So at this stage, what you want to do is you're going to click Review. Okay, Ellis John entering submission on behalf of the contractor. Okay, so right here, you're going to, any comments, so here I'm just going to put sub shop drawings. And then here you're going to add those shop drawings. And then here you have the approve options. You can just reviewed. I'm going to click reviewed as noted. I just put that comment in there. If you had to revert it, you can click one of these options. So at this point, we don't require a transmittal. So all we're going to do at this point is click OK. So it kicks us out. So now I have to go back into the, I can go into all submissions or submissions by type or workflow. So it's going to workflow. And mine is, give it a second, stage regulatory. Okay, so there it is. So now that, so if I wanted to view a submission workflow by stage, I would come into view workflow by stage. And I can see here that I've entered on behalf of the subcontractor, and now it is in the Ellis Dawn internal review. Okay, I can also come in, let me just copy this. I can also go into view all submissions. Well, document number, what's the document number? Well, if you know the title, you can pull it up under all submissions. Because I did check this off as a lead, I can go into lead submissions, and display, and it should appear here as well. And there it is. So then you would just open it up. And now we're under review, Ellis Dawn internal review. So again, you would click review. You can also come into this table and click review and attach. It does the exact same thing. Okay, so what you're doing in here is you review the submission. And then here you're going to provide an Ellis Dawn review. You're going to upload that Ellis Dawn stamp and package what you want to be sent to the primary consultant. So you're preparing the submittal or shop drawings to the consultant. Okay, and in this case, you're going to be using a transmittal. So I'll just put here, okay, so reviewed as noted. And then you can attach any files that you want sent to the primary consultant here. So whatever it is, so that's my stamp. My Ellis Dawn stamp, stamped PDF. And then at this point, because this is now going to the primary consultant, so we're at this stage, and now we're going to push it to the primary consultant for their review. Right here. So at this stage, you need to create a transmittal, which is like a cover letter. So I'm going to go ahead and click approve and create transmittal. Okay, so by default, I don't need to send it to all these people. So let me just, I want to send it to Tom Architect. So you're going to click the to hyperlink. And so I'm sending it to my primary consultant. Here you can carbon copy any of your project contacts if you wanted to. So if I wanted to put my name here, I can do that as well. Okay, sent by Donna Project Manager. That's because I'm logged in as Donna Project Manager. it pulls in the subject, the content. You can add to this change. So if you'd like, you can do that as well. Okay, creation date. And then right here, you can see it pulled in the attachment. So right there, you don't want to, you want to leave this unchecked in the transmittal because you only want to send the Ellis-John stamped PDF, which is already attached. So checking this box will include all attachments. So all you want to do is leave this unchecked because all you want to do is send the Ellis-John stamped PDF. Okay. And then here, any additional comments you would add here. You can see there's our Ellis-John stamped PDF. And then at this point, you can either click send or finalize. So clicking send will send a notification directly from Gate 3 to the primary consultant. Finalize will save it, but it will not send anything. So this could allow you to download a PDF and then send it by email instead. But I'm going to go ahead and click send. Okay, so it brings me back to the submission, didn't kick me out this time. And again, so now it's in the consultant's ball and court. And you can click review, or from here within the table, you can click review and attach. So we are at this stage right now. I want to go back here. I want to go back to the communications.
Sorry, I just have a quick question.
Sure.
So for the transmittal, like if you have the 4-stage review, it's only done once this Ellis-John review is complete. Is that correct, or can it be done at any time?
No, you should really only do it when you're packaging, you're uploading sending the Ellis-John stamp PDF and the package you want to send to the primary consultant. So you should create a transmittal when you're sending it to the primary consultant.
Okay.
And you should also create a transmittal, which I'm going to show you, when everything's finalized and approved by the primary consultant and being pushed back to the subcontractor. So there's 2 stages where you should be sending a transmittal. So that was one stage when we're pushing it out to the primary consultant. And the next stage I will show you when we have to package everything together and send it to the sub. Does that answer your question?
Yes.
Okay, great. All right, so you can see here in my message archive, my project inbox in the message archive view, that a transmittal was sent to Tom Architect, and I had also carbon copied Susanna Rochelle. So you can come in here and see that a transmittal was sent. So I'm going to go back to the submission. So now we're waiting on the consultant's review, and we will be entering the consultant's review on their behalf in Gate 3. So let's say we've got the review, it was approved, and we got the information. We can come in here, click review and attach. And here we're going to log the consultant's review. So I'll just put for demonstration purposes. So a general contractor to verify. This is what I'm logging on behalf of the consultant. I'm going to click reviewed as noted. Okay, and then I'm going to upload the marked PDF from the primary consultant. And then if it's been approved, I'm going to push it to final review. We do not need a transmittal at this stage because it's going to come back to our ball and court, Ellis-John reviewer. Okay, it will be at this stage, this last stage, when we push it out to the sub, that a transmittal will be required. Okay, so now that we've logged the consultant's review and attached the marked up PDF from the consultant, the primary consultant, we can go ahead and click OK. So again, it kicked us out. So when it does that, you just go back to view. You have the different views. And you can view by submission type if you wanted to. And then you would come in here. I think I put shop drawings. So by type, let me just type in the title. and there it is. So you can find this in all these views. If it was in check lead, you wouldn't be able to check it in this view. So let's open it up. And now you can see the status under review. It's under Ellis-Don final review and approval. Okay, so now this is where we go in. We provide our review and attach what needs to be attached here. So you're going to massage the message you want to send to your subcontractor. So I'll just put here, okay, and then your packaging, what you want to send to the sub. So the package includes the Ellis-Don and consultant stamped PDF. So I'm going to, you can, if it's a package, you could do that, right? So packaging to sub. So here we go. So there's my package to sub with the Ellis-Don and primary consultant stamped PDF. Okay, and I just want to make sure I'm covering everything. So at this point, this is when you would create that second transmittal, because now we are sending it out to the sub. So let's go ahead and do that. Okay, and again, anyone you want to send this to as well in your project contacts, you can do that as well. So if I wanted to send it to myself again. Okay, and again, it pulls in the subject, content, you can add to this, change this if you need to.
Sorry, just to confirm, the finalize only creates a PDF, what you just created?
Yeah, so it won't send like an email out of gate 3 to the sub in this case. It will just finalize it, and then you can, there'll be a PDF option.
Okay.
And then you can download that PDF, print it off, or attach it to, send it by email. You can do that as well.
And would all the attachments be available too, or you just attach them?
So they should be, yeah. So we can try that and see how that comes out. So I'll try that option next. Okay. So again, you want to leave this unchecked, and then you can see that our packaging to the sub is here. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and click finalize. Okay, and here's the PDF. So no, it does not include the attachments. So you'll actually have to attach them, attach the submission or the transmittal, the PDF, and then any of the packaging as well. So the Ellis-Don stamp PDF, the primary consultant stamp PDF, you would have to upload that into your email as well. So, you know, if you're doing all this in gate 3, I would just recommend sending it out of gate 3 because it sends it all, right? So if I go in here, message archive, fresh, open, email. Okay, and look, there is, this was sent out of gate 3 because I clicked send, and so here you can see any attachments and all the information. Okay, so this is what we've done. So we were here and we pushed it out to the sub. Okay, I just want to come back in here. So if you're in your submission, you can come over to associated documents, and you can see any documents associated to the submission. So in this case, there was 2 transmittals. They are associated to the submission. So you can come over here and take a look, and you can open up these transmittals from within submission documents. Any questions?
Well,
okay, so I'm just going to come back here. So we have a BlueBeam practice guide. I just want to show you quickly. So, so here you can use BlueBeam to for an Ellis-Don stamp. So during the drawing review process, using stamps an easy way to track version control markups. Dynamic Elliston stamp document is available to act as a cover page for drawing reviews. Download the Elliston stamp cover page here. So this, I'm going to send this to you with a follow-up email if you want to read through this. Okay, I'm going to go into the reporting module. So start reporting. And let's look at the submissions log. So if you ever want to have a look at actually any type of report, but in this case submissions, just come into the reporting module under document management, submissions log, create report, and then click preview report. It will download an Excel file. Okay, so you can see down here I have different tabs for different stages. This is my training project. Most projects would be using one type. So let me see if I can find, nope, I have so many because these are training, so bear with me. Okay, so if I was using a 3-stage, if there was anything, it would be listed here. A 1-stage would be listed under the 1-stage tab. The 4-stage, which I can't find right now, would be listed here as well. Okay, so it's a good report. If you need to filter for any reason, you can come in here and filter these reports to a log of all the submissions on your project. The last thing I wanted to show you, I don't know if anyone was ever introduced to your home screen. Just quickly talk to these widgets. So here I have widgets, and by default you'll have, I believe it's your Gmail, calendar, and weather widget displayed on your home screen. If you want to add additional widgets, you can do that by clicking on the plus tile. So for example, let's do this one. Select. Okay, you can add multiple. So if you notice here, I have submissions widget, statistics widget for my project 40052. Maybe I'm working on multiple projects, and I have another one here for my 70,000 project number, Eastern Fair. So it'll give you the project number, and they're also color coded. This one has a green banner. This one has an orange banner. If you want to remove it, just click on the 3 dots within the widget, and you can manually refresh it, although the system refreshes it every 5 minutes, or you can delete it as well. And then there's also a little info, gives you some info. So this widget shows the open RFIs on the project broken down by design discipline, workflow status.